So, Black Ops 6's worldwide multiplayer reveal is this week, COD Next, the third year of the annual reveal event featuring creators and press alike, and a whole host of information coming about the game across things like multiplayer, naturally, but also this year, things like zombies in a playable sense, and then some form of Warzone coverage as well, whether playable or simply just a rundown of what's upcoming. But today, we're taking a look at everything that you need to know in regards to what's upcoming for this week's Black Ops 6 reveal. When is it? Where can you watch it? What can you expect to see? All of that and more will be answered, so as we go along, drop your thoughts down below. What's one thing you're hoping to see out of Black Ops 6's reveal this week from COD Next? Let me know and make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video or find it at all insightful, and do me a favor, hit the subscribe button for more Black Ops 6 coverage. I'll be live from COD Next with hands-on gameplay of Black Ops 6, so stick it here on the channel. We'll be keeping you in the loop with everything you need to know, both up to and beyond the event. So anyways, let's get into it. First and foremost, when is Call of Duty Next? That is this Wednesday, August 28th, and the show will kick off at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK, 6 p.m. in Berlin, 7 p.m. in Moscow, 1 a.m. in Seoul, South Korea, and 2 a.m. in Sydney. Now, as with all sort of time zones that are mentioned in when things start, it's not every time zone in the world, but for the sake of not staying on times for too long, at the least, this should hopefully allow you to better and more quickly convert your time zone if you're in an area not mentioned, instead of, say, if you're in Tokyo, Japan, converting from Pacific time, a difference of 16 hours, which could get a little messy, though since we bring it up, Tokyo would also be 1 a.m., just like Seoul, South Korea. But anyways, where can you watch COD Next? Well, of course, you can watch on the official channels. The event will be broadcast on the Call of Duty Twitch and YouTube channels. For the official broadcast, talking with developers, seeing the sort of run of show at a top level and the presentation form of it, but you can also watch it from in-game perspectives of your favorite streamers. If you don't want to watch that full production, you can instead watch raw gameplays where there will be about 200 to 250 creators that you can watch of your favorite perspectives of the events on their individual socials. Now, shameless plug, again, I'll be at COD Next, so I'll be streaming there. We'll have a stream here on YouTube, so you don't have to go anywhere else. You don't have to jump over to Twitch or anything. Last couple of years, we've been doing like the reveal events and then the campaign early access streams here on YouTube rather than on Twitch. But anyways, just my way of saying, hey, if you want to hang out with me, chat about the game, see my raw reactions and everything with it, I'll be live here on YouTube that you can also watch there. If you do decide to watch the official stream, however, you can end up linking your Activision and Call of Duty accounts on either YouTube or Twitch. Doesn't matter which one you watched on, the option is there for both, and watch along with the stream, and you'll end up getting some viewership rewards, actually. You'll get the Redactor weapon blueprint, the Tryharder weapon charm, as well as an emblem and calling card, and these look like they're going to be for Black Ops 6, not Modern Warfare 3. So just for simply watching, you can get some cool rewards. But anyways, what will be featured at Call of Duty Next? Well, officially stated by the COD Next event description, there's listed as tune in for the latest details about Call of Duty Black Ops 6, including Black Ops 6 live gameplay reveals, Black Ops 6 zombies, the future of Warzone, mobile rundown, Call of Duty mobile and Warzone mobile, and live gameplay from your favorite streamers, plus more to come. So taking that individually, multiplayer, that's confirmed we'll see gameplay. Presumably what we'll see in the beta build a couple of days following, and if prior years are anything to go off of, we'll see a match or two for each of the modes, like TDM, DOM. If there's a new niche mode, that'll be shown off, like Prisoner Rescue and Modern Warfare 2's COD Next. But you can expect to see a little bit of everything from that beta build that you'll be playing just 2 days later. So everything that you'll see in that, all multiplayer weapons, attachments, even things like your Mastercraft weapon collection, and the operators with the Hunters versus Hunted Operator pack equipped, since those will be in the beta builds. You'll be able to see that stuff before you actually gain access to it a couple of days later. You'll get to see all the multiplayer maps in the beta, all the modes, all the streaks, field upgrades, perks, equipment, lethals, tacticals, gameplay mechanics, like omni movement, corner slicing, intelligent movement, all that jazz. Quite literally everything you can think of from the beta build will be visible within COD Next presentation and the gameplay perspectives there within, both in-game and out of game. Before COD Next, a lot of the times you'd see like gameplay reveals, they'd be like, hey, don't show menus or anything like that. That stuff's oftentimes like work in progress, isn't finalized. But with COD Next, quite literally everything from the boot up sequences to the gameplay itself, you'll see right there. Now, as for zombies and what will be shown off at COD Next, there's confirmed to be gameplay showcases of Liberty Falls. Not sure if we'll see anything in regards to Terminus. I'd probably wager not, since we've already seen some stuff with that in the gameplay shown off, and it's likely going to be a smaller showcase in terms of duration, like last year with Modern Warfare zombies. We'll touch on duration of that kind of stuff in a second, but we know Liberty Falls will be playable there. Liberty Falls, officially speaking, we just recently saw that cinematic intro, which honestly, I think might be one of my favorite intro cinematics we've seen in Zombies history. Thought it was really cool, but when we think about like leaks going into this kind of stuff, I'm very surprised that we also haven't heard too much in regards to where the narrative's going, what the gameplay or map will look like, and a ton of other stuff that usually leaks out. Pleasantly surprised that we haven't seen anything like that just yet, but you'll get your first look at what the map will include, some of the core gameplay experience and all. Things like Easter eggs historically have been turned off for pre-release builds, so don't expect anyone to get any sort of progress this far out from launch, but looking forward to it. Now, Warzone, this was a huge question mark up until a few days ago. We've heard rumors of the shakeup of everything in the next year or so in relation to Warzone, so the big question that I had until recently was, well, will we see gameplay, or is it just going to be a presentation of like information? Well, turns out we have our answer. Directly from the Call of Duty Instagram on Thursday, we saw that in a sort of roadmap of what to expect for COD Next, that we'd specifically see Area 99, detailed as a new map premiere with Treyarch, with live gameplay, and a game features deep dive with Raven. So it's not Verdansk, and it's looking like this will be a resurgence map coming later down the line, probably around that Season 1 marker with the integration and maybe some changes to Urzikstan. We'll probably have all this broken down yesterday or tomorrow on another video. I'm not entirely sure what the schedule of things is like and how it's shifting here on the channel. Again, I'm recording this week's worth of content in batch, so I do apologize if I say it's yesterday and it comes out tomorrow or vice versa. But anyways, a new Warzone map is indeed coming here later in the year, and we'll see this here with gameplay at COD Next. I can get behind that. I mean, previously, there was a thought in my mind that we'd only see a presentation given all the rumors surrounding Verdansk and the delays and the status of it not being ready and such, though frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if we do still see some sort of stinger teaser at the very end of the Warzone segment that's like, hey, here's a flash of the landscape of Verdansk. I feel like that would be something that could happen. It'd be pretty cool. But beyond that, we'll also see more for COD and Warzone Mobile. Last year's introduction of that, it got a nice bit of highlighting, and while not for everybody, it's certainly a mainstay of what they're focused on for the reveals, and it appears this year is no different. Then following the presentation at large, you have the Code Bowl, the Call of Duty endowment competition that's for bragging rights between all sorts of national armed force branches out there. So that'll be coming after the event once everything has concluded. Then they detail that there is more to come. That could really mean anything though. They say that like every year, so there's not really a whole ton that's been hinted towards that, but beyond the show, more to come is certainly a way to put it, because the beta starts just 2 days after the reveal. So once that concludes, you're not gonna have to wait too long. Now, granted, a little longer than in the past because it started the day after, but being that this event is on a Wednesday this year, that's something that there's just a little bit more delay until the weekend. Now, the other question in terms of the presentation is how long will the show last? Now, the duration of the last 2 years has been long, but also not exactly the same both times. Modern Warfare 2's COD Next in 2022 was just over 5 hours long, and Modern Warfare 3's COD Next last year was just over, like quite literally, just 1 minute over 4 hours. It seemed like they learned that the presentation element of things as a sort of pre-brief before jumping into gameplay wasn't in the best interest of the viewers, so I'd imagine we don't see that again, and instead, just like last year with Modern Warfare 3, we kind of jump right into the gameplay sooner rather than later, around 10 minutes into the broadcast before gameplay, rather than an hour and 40 minutes into the broadcast like we saw with Modern Warfare 2's. Now, individual segments, multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2, we had about 2 hours of footage. Last year, we had about 1 hour of footage. Warzone in Modern Warfare 2, we had about an hour of footage, and same with last year as well. The differences year to year are that Zombies in 2023 took up about a half hour of footage that wasn't accounted for, and we also saw that Warzone Mobile was something that was fit into that presentation as well. Same with the Code Bowl. You take out the sort of pre-briefing, and you have relatively the same timing of the show, but more things to account for last year versus 2 years ago. Same thing kind of happens this year because we do have Zombies as well as Warzone Mobile again. So I'd probably say it's around that same sort of timing. Now that's the stuff that we know of that is confirmed, but before we wrap everything up, I want to take a few seconds to talk a little speculation, some things that I would love to see. Let's talk about some announcements that I would love to see here with this. Firstly, campaign early access. I am very, very surprised that we have not seen anything to date about this, which kind of leads me to believe that we won't see this happen again this year, but at the same time, it, as we've talked about, makes so much logical sense, I think, to have it as something that is offered, especially after the last 2 years have done this. It is something that I think actually adds values to pre-orders, rather than just like another skin that's only going to be usable in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. One definitely outweighs the other. I kind of figured that this past week with Gamescom and Opening Night Live focusing on the Black Ops 6 campaign, that we would have heard something about that at that point, but we did not, so that's something that maybe we see this here at COD Next. But beyond that, that is everything you need to know about the expectations and what you're going to see out of the Black Ops 6 multiplayer reveal here later this week. So let me know your thoughts down below. Is there anything in particular that you guys are hoping to see out of COD Next? Anything that you guys have at the top of your list that you really want to happen? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it out on insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 6. Again, we're going to be streaming from COD Next, so a lot is going to be going down here this week, and then with the beta to follow, I'd love to have you in the community. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Mine's been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.